Now, Bump, I've gone through 3 weeks of the season thinking, God, my biggest questions have been with the offensive line. My biggest questions have been how long they could go without Ken Walker. My biggest questions have been, on offense, and I've been pretty impressed so far with the defense. Here's this national analyst and reporter who I really respect saying, I still have a big question about the front seven and whether they need to add some pieces to really take advantage of it. Do you see the holes, and have you seen that through 3 weeks that Steven Ruiz does?
I think it's more about the opponents rather than who the Seahawks are. I think he's looking at the opponents and saying, well, those guys aren't very good when it comes to the box and running the football. I'm looking at the Seahawks, and they did okay against these guys, but if they were to go up against a Baltimore, if they were to go up against the 49ers, teams who are exceptional running the football, I don't think there's enough there. So there's a lot of projecting going on in this situation. I think that you can always get better in the box. Right now, the Hawks are allowing 116 yards per game on the ground. They're outside the top 10 when it comes to the best in the league. They're somewhere around the middle. Of course, you got to improve when it comes to that, because when you look at the teams who are good at running the football, you haven't faced one yet. And you're going to see one this Monday, and the Detroit Lions were averaging 163 yards per game on the ground. So it's a little bit of both. You're looking at their opponent and saying they're not very good in that category. You're looking at the Seahawks and saying, well, they're okay, but I think they need a few more names that are more explosive and violent in that box, and you're interested. So I think you're going to find out a lot. We are going to find out a lot on Monday when you play the Detroit Lions, because they do everything well. I mean, they are 6th in the league when it comes to passing. They are 5th in the league when it comes to running. They're
dynamic.
Yeah, they got tight ends. They got running backs. They got 2 running backs. One went for 100 in Montgomery, and then Gibbs went for like 80-something. You got receivers over there. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got a tight end, Sam Laporta. So I think it's all been building up to this week, to this Monday. We didn't know what the situation was going to be in Miami. I think it's a blessing and a curse that Tua was out. It's a blessing because now you go against a 2-3 quarterback and you should handle that. It's a curse because you had a real opportunity to see what you're made of if Tua was in there and that offense was firing. So now you got to wait one more week, but I ain't complaining because you're 3-0.
So if defensive coordinator Adam Dirty came to you and he said, bro, don't send me away. And he said, tell me where we're weak. Like, we've been watching it, with, I'm sure that they watch it with a very critical lens, but, tell me what you're seeing, where, we're going against this Lions team.
Yeah.
What's the warning you want to give me about this defense? Seattle's defense.
Gap integrity, violence in the middle when it comes to D linemen and linebackers. It's all about this box. I'm so confident in the back end with this team.